In wrestling, there is only one stipulation that is feared among the WWE roster. It's not a street fight where weapons come into play. It's not a ladder match where the reward is just as great as the risk. No, the stipulation that is most feared involves a 20-foot steel structure with no escape whatsoever. It is known as the Hell in a Cell match. This match is known to be brutal, like Edge vs. Undertaker at SummerSlam 2008. The match is known to be bloody, like Triple H vs. Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood 2004. It is also known to end careers, whether intentionally, like Triple H vs. Cactus Jack at No Way Out 2000, or unintentionally, as with referee Tim White during Judgment Day 2002. This year, the flagship show not ventures into the Hell in a Cell not once, not twice, but 3 times. This year, Raw looks to make history dealing with the Cell. Greetings, everyone. I am the voice of reason, and welcome to the first Raw exclusive predictions podcast. I am, of course, joined by James the Squirrel Theorist.
Hello, everyone.
And Punk Gamer.
This is where careers go to die. This is where rivalries are settled. This is where blood will spill. Welcome to hell.
No, where careers go to die is TNA. We all know this.
That's the retirement home. That's the retirement home. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Oh man.
And we're getting all fully loaded 2000 on this son of a bitch. We're having a triple main event.
Oh yeah. This is going to be one hell of a card because I'm looking at this.
Was that pun intended?
Yes, pun intended. I'm looking at this card. It's looking like there are 5 matches I'm actually really looking forward to. So I think we should get started with James. Let's start off with, we have 8 matches, so let's start with the pre-show. The pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
James, would you like to introduce the show?
Okay, so as always, the kickoff show is usually saved for either up-and-coming talent or just so they're on the show. So in this case, it's both of those. This is a cruiserweight match, and it's a 6-man tag match. And oddly enough, Teddy Long didn't make it.
Holla holla.
Yes, the participants are Sin Cara, Lindsay Dorado, and Cedric Alexander versus Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Ari Daivari.
Arya.
Yeah. I was close. I said Ari, not Aria.
You were close.
I'm very close. Just missed an A.
Like it's James O'Clock, mother buckers.
At least I don't fuck up all the time and mispronounce moves every 5 seconds and mix moves up.
Yeah, exactly. You're not Michael Cole. You're okay.
All right.
Yes.
So looking at this match, I'm actually I'm just looking at the competitors in the match, and this is just like you said, James. This is like while these are the up and comers, they're really just here to like fill time, just to again kick off the show, make everyone look good. So my theory is what's going to happen, at least with this set of people, like what Raw, like the Raw commentators, what they need to do, highlight every single one of these guys. Like, comparing this to like a good example of this is back at SummerSlam, with the tag division match, the faces versus the heels. Each time, JBL, Morrow, and Tonga put every single one of those guys over. So, talking about heel or face, they gave them compliments like these are like good up and comers. Like, oh, this guy has already been a tag team champion, but not only that, but he's really worked well with again, Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley, or Usos like their legacy, or any of the other guys on the heel side. So what I can see what happening here is like talk about their what they did during either the during the Cruiserweight Classic, like with Nice, Dorado, and Alexander, or talk about their heritage, like with Daivari and Sin Cara. So anything you want to add to that?
No, that's pretty much it. I think we're all in agreement that it's going to be faces win.
Yeah.
No, I'm picking heels.
Oh,
Sorry, I gotta represent Long Island. Tony Nese is my guy.
I know I'm a Long Islander too, but still, that is heresy.
No, I'm thinking the heels are actually gonna pick the win for the pre-show.
Oh man!
Yeah,
All right. Oof, we got a heretic up in here. A heretic.
Sorry, I'm a heel by nature.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going faces on this. This is their way to, it's a obviously the show hasn't really technically started yet, but this is the curtain jerker. This is to get things started, get the crowd riled up, and since it's a cruiserweight match, bodies are obviously gonna fly. So,
like
literally flying, you're gonna be seeing jumps off the top rope. It's gonna be wild. But this is one small little note before we move on to the actual card. Do you guys notice when they do the cruiserweight matches that the ropes are not the same? Like, obviously they're different colored, but they don't look exactly the same. Like, the ropes are kind of textured differently. They look weird.
Yeah, I think they just what they do is like they're wrapping something around them, and I gotta applaud the production team. The guys who are down on the floor, and they have to.
Yeah, the ring crew.
Again, I gotta.
yeah. They have to
take apart the canvas, take down the ropes.
As a person who has done that before, it is not the fact that they can. It's not a quick and easy job. You've got to, especially when it has to look really good like it does in WWE, they have to unscrew each corner. They've got to screw them back on. You've got to get that ring mat on. And it's got to be nice and tight. And the other thing is, and this is this is actually a big thing. I'm not sure if they do it in WWE, but you actually have to run rope around the canvas to strap it to the actual ring.
No, they do. There's rope on the canvas. It's just hidden by the apron.
Yeah, I know. That's how it's done in the local indie fed, but I'm not sure about them.
All right.
Because I haven't been that close to a WWE ring.
All right, so Punk, let's kick off the main card. So what are we starting off with?
Okay, starting things off, we got Bayley versus Dana Brooke.
Hey, we want some Bayley.
Hey, we want some Bayley.
I know, I'm all for Bayley too, but good God, this feud has no heat to it.
It was really kind of just thrown to, like, after Dana just kind of like went off on her own, just picked a fight with Bayley, and then
which I'm totally okay with.
Yeah,
it's just there's no fire to this heat.
And it has zero stakes. Like, say if this match was for, like, the winner of this match faces Sasha or Charlotte, that would, like, whoever the champion is later down the line, that would give this reason and stakes. So that way you could either go down the Bayley versus whoever way, or you could have Dana versus Charlotte.
Yeah.
It's not only that, but like looking again. I hate to compare this to SmackDown, but each of the women in SmackDown have at least something to do, and their feuds actually feel natural. Like looking at again, Bliss and Bliss and Becky. Like the heat there is great. Bliss is a great heel. Nikki and Carmella.
Carmella.
I never thought I'd actually be invested in something involving the Staten Island Princess and John Cena's soon to be.
Soon to be, yeah.
Actually, but even better, like this past Tuesday on SmackDown, Nikki and Natalya went at it for like good stakes, like who gets to be the captain of the SmackDown Women's Division.
There is something I'd like to point out about that real quick.
Okay.
That's what they could have done. That's what they could do with Bayley versus Dana, because by the sounds of it, the champions for the women's and the men's aren't going to be in the 5-man matches.
That's what. Unfortunately, that's what it's looking like.
Yeah,
but honestly, I'm okay with that as long as the champions have matches and they're against good people, because then you're not taking the titles away and they're not meaning, and the pay-per-view actually means something. And considering it's one of the big 4, you need to have at least the men's and women's titles on the line.
Yeah.
They will.
So, are we all for Bayley on this one?
Bayley.
I'm for
Okay.
Bayley.
Bayley across the board. Okay, next match is...
That's because we don't like Dana. She can't wrestle. She sucks. I'm sorry.
She's all right on the mic.
She has talent.
She's too short.
She has talent, but she should have stayed in NXT for another month or 2.
At least a year, maybe.
Right. So, next match is Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I feel so disappointed.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Another match that could use a... There's something I've noticed so far.
Mm-hmm.
There is no stakes yet. If this was for the number 1 contendership to the tag team titles, and that's pretty much what it is, we're all looking at this and going, okay, which one of those two are going to face whoever wins the titles later in the night? Like, those two are the next obvious choices, aren't they?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's hard to say, because Enzo and Cass, like, they're riding high. They, after, like, again, even though they lost to Owens and Jericho, they still managed to maintain their momentum. Anderson and Gallows have been dropping fast.
They've been dropping since AJ Styles was drafted to SmackDown.
Honestly, what I could see them do is they do what they do really good, beat people up, win occasionally when it matters, until Finn comes back. Because we all know when Finn comes back, he's going to want his title back. He'll Finn with Gallows and Anderson and attacking whoever's got the belt.
Oh. That'll be interesting. But would they actually? Honestly, I think Finn would actually work better in this case as the tweener, because I would actually.
Oh yeah, tweener, but not heel
not
to tweener kind of. Yeah, not full blown heel, but not face.
So would you say like maybe like something like CM Punk?
Yeah. Kind of like that, and sort of. I guess I wouldn't say this is his straight edge society, but actually bringing the club back to legitimacy.
Yeah.
And on that note of the club, that's my pick.
You're gonna pick Gallows and Anderson?
They need the win, so they win here. It helps them, and honestly, losing to the club, as far as Enzo and Cass are concerned, isn't gonna hurt them too much.
Punk, who are you taking?
I'm going. Gotta go. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. How you doing?
You're only saying that because you're New York, aren't you?
Possibly.
Because I'm actually picking the club. Because I'm going.
All right.
They need to win.
I'm just going by past WWE experience. These writers are not too bright, so just by how they've treated Bray Wyatt, I know how these guys freaking write.
Not the same one. Bray is on SmackDown now.
So wait, okay, did they with the brand split? They split the writers, didn't they?
They did split the writers.
SmackDown has their own writer. It's the guy who was originally from NXT, and I think Raw still has the same writer.
No wonder I'm so invested in SmackDown versus Raw.
Because they got good writing.
God. Yeah, because they got good writing. But yes, I'm still going. Enzo and Cass.
So James and I are for the club. Punk is for Enzo and Cass. All right. Next match, or rather the first title match. James.
Well, this match. I don't know why we're having it. I don't understand why we're having it. But apparently, the New Day is going to beat Cesaro and Sheamus.
Again, blame Mick Foley.
That is my pick, because...
This was really bizarre. Like, it kind of completely negated that whole, what was it, best of 7 that Cesaro and Sheamus had? It completely negated that entire thing. I think that was Raw's way of like maybe stalling for time.
Honestly, with the best of 7, with them not finishing that, that made me want to see them even more. So for that reason, wouldn't it have been better to have them have that one last match, but make it, I don't know, an Iron Man match?
I don't want with
an Iron Man Hell in a Cell match.
Balls, but that's just me.
Either one.
This is a definite Chris Benoit Kurt Angle situation here.
I could see that, and actually, I know why this match is happening. Look at the tag division in Raw. Outside of New Day, Enzo and Cass, and the Club, who else do you have?
Lindsay Dorado and Sin Cara, technically.
They're cruiserweights.
But they are still a tag team. Same with Nice and Gulak.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Which is, in my opinion, you should bring some of the cruiserweight especially the tag teams, into that tag team equation, because then you have some interesting kind of matches. Maybe, I don't know.
Who else do you have?
We had the Dudley Boys, but they're gone.
Who else do we have?
Let me check the wiki.
The two worst things to ever grace our television. Okay, one is the worst thing to ever grace our television in WWE. The other is actually not that bad.
Okay.
We have technically Jericho and Kevin Owens.
They're split. They're gonna split up eventually.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, yeah. I just realized something. We have the Golden Truth.
Oh God.
We've got the Shining Stars.
Who cares about them?
That's why Cesaro and Sheamus are there. Because they're the only legitimate wrestlers that can take on the New Day.
Because the thing about the Shining Stars, they have the worst luck ever when it comes to being a pro wrestler. You know what they say? The worst thing that can happen to you is not when you get booed, not when you get cheered. It's when they go completely silent, when you cannot gauge reaction from the crowd. The Shining Stars, when they come out, that crowd is dead. They don't care.
I mentioned this a while ago in one of our chats. The last, I think it wasn't this week's, but it was the previous week's Raw. It was again Golden Truth and Mark Henry versus the Shining Stars and Titus O'Neil. The entire arena was silent.
It was such a stupid match. It was so because you have the match going on, and then Mark Henry just comes in, does the World's Strongest Slam, and then that was it. It's like, what is the point of this? You just wasted my time.
I've been to WWE events where 1 minute the crowd is hot as all hell, and the next minute a match starts, and you literally hear the crowd shut. It's like, wait a minute, where'd the crowd go? Oh, I see now. That's why.
So that's as for this tag team title match, I think I can speak for all of us here. Are we all going New Day?
New Day wins. New Day wins.
Yep.
And Sheamus upset. Yeah, I'm gonna say there's gonna be an upset. Yeah,
wow.
This is for the titles. Remember, I don't think they're gonna put it on Sheamus and Cesaro.
Think so?
I don't think
so. I can see these guys being. Well, I wouldn't say exactly
not with the fact that they're repeatedly mentioning the record. If they weren't doing that, maybe.
I know what you're saying there, but honestly, I would not be surprised, and I'm going with this, if Cesaro and Sheamus somehow surprisingly upset the New Day. A good example is that, what was it, in 2012, when Bryan and Kane won it off of R-Truth and, I think it was R-Truth and Kofi. It was like a surprise out of nowhere because both guys hated each other, and yet they still won the titles.
Yeah, but it's also R-Truth and Kofi. Up until the point New Day formed, Kofi was doing jack shit.
Big E was doing squash matches.
Well, Big E wasn't up in 2012.
That's true. And
that's right.
yeah, Kofi wasn't doing much, and it's R-Truth. When has R-Truth ever been relevant?
I was about to say. He got okie doked by little Jimmy.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Cesaro and Sheamus. I think they're gonna pull out an upset.
All right.
Okay.
Two for New Day and one for Cesaro and Sheamus.
I'm that guy.
He's that guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, so far he has picked both heel teams. Yep. Actually, no, not both. All 3 heel teams.
Oh God.
The only time he hasn't picked a heel is when it's Dana Brooke. For good reason, though.
Well, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Next match.
Punk, you're up.
Okay. Next match is for the Cruiserweight title. We have T.J. Perkins defending against Brian Kendrick.
This got interesting very quickly. I'll say after.
In the past 2 weeks, it went from being to being
like instantly when Brian refused to when Brian did the cheap shot on Perkins. That's when the story started.
Yeah.
For me, what really sealed the deal on this being, okay, I'm going to be watching this intently, is this past week of Raw when Brian literally broke down and said he needs this. He has to win.
It's weird that you see a sympathetic heel in WWE. Is like, he's technically the bad guy, but you kind of feel bad for him. And
he's more like
as a person who's followed Brian Kendrick's career from start to now, he's one of the best wrestlers I have seen in a very long time. He's massively underappreciated. Now, I see him once again playing the sympathy card, but he's going to go dirty heel and win this. He's going to be begging for Perkins to let him win partway through the match, and then he's just going. Perkins is gonna give him a hug or shake his hand or something, and he's just gonna slap him in the bully choke and
the bully choke
get that win. I don't care. It's called the bully choke. I like that name. I don't care.
But the captain's hook though. You can make so many Disney jokes.
But you can also make reference to Paul Burchill.
Oh,
my God, that's a name I haven't heard in forever. Ahoy, me matey!
I want to admit he had the best pirate themed gimmick ever, and he's also got the best entrance.
He swung down from the top of the Tron all the way down. It's like, whoop, there he is.
Still better than implied incest, Paul Burchill.
Oh yeah, that part.
But it's not.
So Punk, who are you taking?
It's not. For this one, I'm going with I was going to say the walking video game himself, but I'm going to go Brian Kendrick.
This is
2 for Kendrick.
Interesting because I'm picking Kendrick as well.
All of us believe Brian Kendrick. No, not Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick.
Sorry, Perkins. Game over.
I love Perkins. He's really cool, but from the way that the story's going and the fact that I can very much see them putting it on Kendrick and then having Perkins win it back later down the line.
Yeah.
I could see that being a thing.
Kendrick even mentioned during the promo at the end of Raw that said, it's like, this is my last shot. You can win at any time. This is one of the times I just need this win.
Now, here's an important question. With Kendrick, possibly, there's more at the moment. There's more heels than faces at the moment, but a lot of the faces haven't debuted yet. That being in my favorite British wrestler, Noam Dar.
Well,
actually, there's 2 really good. There's 3 really good face wrestlers and 2 of them are from England, and I love both of them. Jack Gallagher and Noam Dar. I could see both of them coming in to face Brian Kendrick, and I could see both of them beating Brian Kendrick.
So, So we're still waiting on those two's debut. I know we're still also. I think we're also waiting on Tozawa. I think is supposed to debut eventually.
Yeah. And down the track, at some point possibly, we may even get one of the best Japanese wrestlers of all time.
Yeah. Well, he's currently.
Ibushi.
Yeah. Well, actually, he's currently in NXT for the tag tournament, and
but he could be out of that at any point.
Right. Well, from what I heard, Atami had a shoulder injury, and I think
again.
So actually, this lends even more credence to Perkins actually losing. Perkins is actually going to be his tag partner.
That right there. That right there kind of tells me that Perkins is going to end up losing this.
All right.
Yeah, Perkins loses, goes down to NXT, does that, comes back, beats Brian Kendrick and gets the title back.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are, starting off with the triple main event.
Triple main event.
There is never a triple main event. There is only one. Whatever goes on is the main event.
Tell that to the WWE marketing team.
I don't care. They're wrong. They're wrong.
Unless this somehow became War Games, I don't think so.
Oh God, what are they gonna have 3 rings and 3 cells? Oh God, that's hell. That's literally hell.
I wouldn't mind. I want to point out something. I wouldn't mind them bringing back War Games, but just with a higher steel cage thing, instead of it having like Big Show scraping his head along the steel.
Ow,
oh God.
I'm a shy. Ow. But yeah, okay. So first of the Hell in a Cell matches, we have Roman Reigns defending his U.S. title against Rusev. Quick question. This is for you guys. Who's the heel in this again?
I don't even know anymore, honestly.
Honestly, I think this is them trying to make. I honestly don't know, because Roman has acted such a heel in this. Yes, if it was against anyone else other than Rusev, who we know is a confirmed heel, I'd be saying this is his heel turn. But he's not. It's Rusev and him, and they're both acting like heels. And if anything, I would say, if anything, I'd be saying Rusev is the face.
This is nuts. And the only reason that Rusev is the heel in this is because he's foreign.
Yes, which utterly confuses me, because I'm foreign. I'm not a bad guy, am I?
Say that he's Eastern European.
True.
Yeah, it's like if you're not American in WWE, if you're not American or a luchador in WWE, you're automatically a bad guy. That makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. This is just
America.
I've never been that I'll be the first to admit, and I think you two could agree with me here. We all liked Roman Reigns when it was the Shield, when he was with Dean.
Because he barely said anything and he kicked ass.
Exactly. And what they're doing with him now, obviously the failed, let's push him as the next John Cena experiment completely flopped. Let's put him on the mid card. The fans are still going to hate him regardless. And that's a problem. Roman Reigns, I don't hate Roman Reigns. I just don't. Obviously, I think it's just because the fans are just so hell bent on keeping him down to the point where he's not even relevant on the card anymore, because of the fact that WWE fans are very, very strange when it comes to how much they hate a certain when they hate a wrestler so badly. So I mean, a lot of us, for the most part, a lot of us have cooled off on John Cena for the most part. Roman Reigns is now just taking that spot, and
I can see.
Well, so technically the experiment was complete.
With Roman Reigns, it will cool down eventually. It's just a matter of booking him right, making sure his scripts sound natural. They don't use Suffer and Succotash or reference fairy tales.
Or referencing Sheamus as a tater tot.
Honestly, we got past that. That's...
honestly, what would get me on board right now with Reigns is if he went if he went away for 1 month, someone else faced Rusev, beat him, and got the title, and then that person was someone like, I don't know, Sami Zayn, or someone else, someone who is utterly face that we all love. Then Roman comes back, turns heel, and beats the absolute living pulp out of whoever it is. Gets the belt, stands over them and holds the belt up. Acts like a dirty, dirty heel, but not the not Seth Rollins heel, but I'm a Brock Lesnar kind of heel.
That's a stretch trying to compare Roman Reigns to Brock Lesnar.
No,
That really
Brock
is a stretch.
Lesnar.
Wait.
Brock Lesnar, as in the fact of unstoppable force who just beats people up and is a badass.
Oh, so like 2002 Brock Lesnar.
Yes,
Okay,
that kind of Brock Lesnar, not current
Okay,
Brock Lesnar.
all
I
right.
should be clear with that.
Okay, so I know we're just like shit talking Reigns for like the past 10 minutes, but we're all on board with Reigns.
I think
for
we
this
can
match,
all agree
right?
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna win. We just don't like the fact that he's going to win because Rube.
I was waiting for someone to just totally quote King Ross.
But
Waiting.
I actually mentioned like this when Rusev was showing off the family pictures. He said mom, and when you get to the mom, who's what did she say? It's like she was an Olympian rowing champion. Yeah, so it's
Yep.
like Mama Ruru row your boat. Okay, so we're all on board with Reigns for the first Hell in a Cell match. Next Hell in a Cell match.
Yep.
I think I got this wrong. It can't be right. Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens for the Universal title? Are you sure I got that right?
Yeah. Yep. That's right. That's right.
When did this happen again last time? Wasn't it in like the Indies or something? I swear this is an indie match.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. But really, the Universal title's going. We're thinking the Universal title's going to go on next.
Yeah. Well, the actual order I see it going in is Bailey Donna first, then the lesser tag match. Actually, no. Tag match, then Bailey and Donna. Then it's going to be Rusev versus Roman, and then you're going to have the tag team title match. Then you're going to have Owens versus Seth, followed by Perkins and Bryan as your cool down match, which disappoints me, and then we'll end with the match we haven't spoken of yet.
But anyway,
but that's that's my point of view.
As with this match, Rollins and Owens, I don't know. The Heat's I think someone mentioned this earlier. Has the feud between Rollins and Owens really been that hot?
Jericho's been hot,
and actually, I think was it Brian Zane mentioned this. He's the host of Wrestling with Regret. He mentioned on the on his last Who Wore It Better, the thing they're talking about. Oh, it's like the order of importance for the Universal title feud is Seth versus Steph, Jericho in his list, then spacebar, the actual title belt.
Yep. Yeah.
And I can tell you one thing. We're not going on the list because we actually said Jericho was the most important thing.
Yay! Well, second most important thing.
Just for that, you're going on the list! God, the list of Jericho is like the crown jewel of Monday Night Raw.
Yes, it
really
honestly,
is.
I think what they should have done is put him in the match just because of that. And he doesn't have to win, but I think we can all agree Owens is winning this.
Owens, yeah. Well, I don't know. Actually, from what happened on Raw with that, that spot where, he gets powerbombed where Rollins got powerbombed onto the apron, I think heading into this is my pick too. I really think Seth is going to come out on this one. Just because normally those who end up going into a pay-per-view with momentum end up losing. So with Owens having all this momentum going in, because he's like, I took out Seth Rollins. There's no way he's going to make it. And then Rollins shows up, and then he's just going to be like the one face that never gives up. And then he'll pull out a win.
Yes, I would agree with you if it was a normal match. It's not.
Hell in a Cell.
It's Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, it's Hell in a Cell. I don't know. I just have I got a gut feeling.
And to be honest, Hell in a Cell, out of all the people that are in a Hell in a Cell match, it benefits Owens the most. Because that's his style. His style is, I'm going to hit you until you stay down with everything I can. If the cell is legal for him, he's going to be powerbombing Seth against the steel cage, against the ring post. Hell, if they get outside the ring, he's probably going to powerbomb him onto the top of the cell.
If they aren't allowed to do that spot.
I know, for the match later, one of the contestants, one of the competitors said, "Oh, can I moonsault off the cell?" No. Like, okay.
But that's off the cell. I'm saying powerbombing onto the roof of the cell. And I'm pretty damn sure they've reinforced that thing.
Ever since the first match, they've reinforced it.
Sorry, Foley.
Not the first match, the third match.
Yeah, honestly, the steel has gone through so many reincarnations of itself where it's just completely reinforced steel, and especially now, because like if they go on top of that thing, think about it the first time when Foley went through, that was still a heck of a drop. That's even higher.
It went from
even
15
higher
to another 5 feet.
Yeah, so that's a 20-foot. If someone were to go through that cage all the way down to the ring, they're going to go through the ring.
That's a good 15-foot drop.
That's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying if they're going to do that, make sure it doesn't make sure the cage is going to take it.
Yeah.
But again, going on to what you're saying, Punk, the only way I could actually see Rollins winning, and this is gonna go right into Survivor Series, if somehow by some miracle Jericho will cost him, because the way that they're setting up the next match is either going to be Owens versus Jericho at Survivor Series in Toronto, which would be awesome, or. Owens and Jericho are going to fight it out in a grudge match, and Rollins is going to be on the.
Oh, I just realized something.
What?
What'd you just realize?
Team Seth versus Team Ambrose.
Ooh.
Oh, darn it!
That throws a big wrench into Survivor Series.
God, I would love to see that, but. Unfortunately, I'm actually gonna.
No, you still can, because Team Raw is led by Seth Rollins. Team SmackDown is led by Dean Ambrose. Owens beats Seth match this week, this coming Raw, or becomes the leader of the Raw team. Dean next week. Dean does the same thing, but on SmackDown, and we already know Dean lost a number one contenders match against AJ Styles.
No, he didn't. It wasn't a number one contenders match. It was just a match
for a title opportunity. Which, in my opinion, that makes you number one contender if you win it.
But as much as I would that sounds really damn awesome, I'm actually gonna go with Owens. Owens will win this.
I am too.
I'm gonna go. Owens is gonna win this, which will eventually set up Owens Jericho in Toronto. Okay, so again, me and James are for Owens, and then Punk is for Rollins, which leads us to the real main event.
Oh boy, here we go.
The real main event for the Raw Women's title, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, for the first time, a women's match inside Hell in a Cell.
Let's let this sink in for 1 second. We didn't see Trish and Lita inside Hell in a Cell. We're seeing this for the first time ever. This is obvious, without even, no matter who wins in this is history. This is WWE history right here.
We're also saying that they're going to main event the show. Proper main event. On.
And it's such an incredibly special match. And it's huge for Sasha, too, because it's in her hometown.
Man. I could just imagine the pop she's going to get. I mean,
that pop is going to be loud.
She got a very good pop at, TLC last year. And that was just to kick off the show.
This is going to be even louder. That crowd is going to explode.
That crowd is going to go from probably being fairly quiet through most of the matches, except for maybe one or two moments, and then when that match hits, it's going to break records.
Yeah, like the rafters of the TD Garden are going to be shaking, so it's going to be loud. Heading into this, this is obviously a red hot feud, especially with what happened on Raw. And it was really cool to see, to have that kind of moment where Sasha and Charlotte think they're ready, but Mick Foley, obviously, who is synonymous with Hell in a Cell.
He's been in there,
just
3 or 4 times?
Least. So, and he knows the horrors that go on inside that cage. He knows the bloodbaths, the amount of blood that's spilled. Dude got his tooth jammed out of his head and through his nose inside there.
No, first, he fell off the cell, separated his shoulder, got back up, climbed back up the cell,
choke slammed through.
The chair basically concussed him. accustomed on the way down. Plus, bad back. The thing up the nose, the tooth up the nose. Like the guy was a mess after the end of the match.
And getting chokeslammed onto a whole bed of thumbtacks.
Yeah, that too.
I'd like to point out that I think we can all agree promo of the year is that promo he did.
Oh yeah, by far. That was full.
That and the what was it, the Dolph Ziggler, any of Dolph Ziggler's promos when he went for the IC belt.
Oh yeah,
but
I really.
Miz's talking smack one was also very good.
By the way, Calcos, if you're probably gonna be listening to this, put this as an end of the year thing for best promo.
Yeah, definitely. But just back to the match for a second. Okay, heading into this, I already know who I'm picking. I'm definitely have to go with the boss. Is gonna be Sasha.
Yeah. First person to beat Charlotte at a pay-per-view, Sasha Banks, main event, it at her hometown, it all just is seeming to line up with Sasha winning.
This is a tough one because Charlotte, again, not counting Battleground, Charlotte is undefeated in singles competition at pay-per-views. Whenever they went whenever the belt was on the line, Charlotte was undefeated. So this could be big. This could be this only be like, again, the first women's Hell in a Cell match, but I agree with, and also Charlotte's perfect record is on the line too.
Yeah.
If she wins, this is number 12.
Yeah.
If she wins, if Charlotte ends up winning this match, that crowd is going to riot.
Jesus Christ, 12 successful title defenses.
That's unprecedented, honestly.
But it's not 12 in a row, which is the big thing.
Yeah,
so,
true.
I'm gonna say Charlotte's reign will end. Sasha Banks will retain the women's championship.
So we're all for Sasha.
We are all for Sasha. So there you go, everybody. That is the card for Hell in a Cell.
And you can watch it this Sunday on the WWE Network. No plugging. My God, I'm such a shill. I'm a shill. I'm a WWE shill. I'm plugging their network.
$9.99.
Now you're even more of a shill than I am.
He would call it 999.
It's good.
So do we want to do a quick recap of what everyone is picking?
Starting off I'll do it. The kickoff show. James and Punk, you are the face team. I am the heel team. Bailey versus Dana. Everyone is for Bailey. Enzo and Cass versus the Club. James, you and I are for the Club. Punk, you are for Enzo and Cass. New Day versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the tag titles. I am for Cesaro and Sheamus. You two are for the New Day. We are all on board with Kendrick, Reigns, and Sasha. James, you and I are for Owens. Punk, you are taking Rollins. So,
yep, that's everyone.
So, until the next podcast, which is Survivor Series. Oh boy, I'll just say this: you'll be in for some. I'll just say this for the crowd or the audience listening to this: you're gonna be in for a surprise for the predictions podcast for Survivor Series. So until then, this is Voice of Reason, James and Punk signing out.